So Yggy, you are here, and obviously you've been working really hard behind the scenes on this, and we know people have been dying to hear from you. I often see in Telegram, "Where's Yggy? We miss Yggy." But Yggy has joined us, and this is why he's been away for a little bit from Telegram, because this has been what he has been focusing on. So Yggy, do you want to give us an overview of the project?
Hey, good afternoon, good evening, good night, all that good stuff. An overview of the project. Well, basically, like in our white paper, we're all about showcasing the utility of the XRP ledger. Right, that's kind of what we're all about. And that utility doesn't necessarily have to be exclusively in transacting and exchanges and things like that, that kind of stuff. There's also the potential there for hardware integration. So we're looking at something, because our focus is to get into the mainstream of crypto, to get onto that page one in CoinMarketCap. And in order to do that, we need to bring in mainstream appeal. And this is one way we thought of that we could do that. My expertise is in electronics, so I have literally been in the laboratory, figuring all this stuff out. So yeah, that's it. And we thought it was a cool project. So there you go.
Fabulous, thank you, Yggy. We're going to speak to Alex next, and then if people have got any specific questions that we feel would be great to go into for lots of the listeners, then we will come to those. But if we can go to Alex, so some of you will be familiar with Alex on Twitter. He has recently doxed himself, so he has been announced who he is, and it would be great to find out a little bit more about his involvement in the project, because it's also somebody that you can go to with suggestions and also potentially complaints or comments or compliments. So Alex, do you want to introduce a little bit about yourself?
Nice one, Vicky. Can you hear me?
We can hear you.
Lovely. Hello, everybody. So yeah, I'm Alex from a city in England called Bristol, and I was lucky enough to get involved quite early on with the project, just in the community initially, but things came together to the point where I was able to become more a part of the team, which has been a huge privilege. So yeah, I've got a little bit of a crypto background. I first came into it in kind of the end of 2017, and then I started working there was a cryptocurrency magazine called 21 Cryptos that was a friend's startup. So I was working for them as a researcher and sort of general project support. And I left that company because, unfortunately, due to the market downturn at the time, things weren't working out very well for them. So I haven't been in anything in an organizational level since then, but I'm thrilled to be part of this. So hello.
And we are thrilled to have you on the team, Alex. Absolutely. So Alex has been playing a vital role with Yggy in terms of getting this announcement together. And we have been talking to some big companies with XRdoge Links. We are on the verge of being able to announce our first partnership, which is really exciting. So we've only started these talks last week, and we've already should be able to announce about noon tomorrow UK time our first partnership. So I know, Alex, you're not allowed to mention the name yet, but could you just give us a little bit more information about what that partnership will involve and how that's going to benefit the XRdoge community?
Sure. So I found these guys while I was researching. I was lucky enough to come across them quite early, and I was kind of struck by how straightforward and transparent their model is. Basically, they are a carbon offsets facilitator. So whether you're an individual or a business, you can contribute a certain amount every month, which they turn into, first of all, trees planted, and they allow you to have a sort of gamified graphic that you can check all the time of how your trees are growing, that you've however many you've contributed to. And they have 2 eco projects that they wrote that sort of change every couple of months that your money goes towards. So it could be reforestation, it could be getting more renewable energy available to those in the sort of third world, like very simple stuff. So we had
some
an
people,
initial...
sorry, Alex, carry on.
No, you're all good. Carry on.
So some people's questions have been, you know, why we're a meme coin, why link up to an eco initiative? How is that potentially going to benefit the XRdoge community or the price of the coin?
Yeah, so essentially, we've always wanted to be a utility meme coin. So this is a fantastic way that allows us to use the new hardware that Yggy has designed and has got a patent pending for, to really add to our utility side. And it opens up a whole new audience to us. So it might be an audience that doesn't even have an interest in crypto, but when they find out that there is this system available that has married blockchain and electronic engineering, that's going to just open XRdoge up to an entirely an extra audience, because we certainly don't want to abandon you guys, because you are our bread and butter. So and mainstream media attention is a big one. I've got journalistic contacts and they tell me that is a huge hook for mainstream media, is the green aspect of what we do on the XRP ledger and now with the new hardware project.
Absolutely. So we've just finalized a press release which has been sent to one of our marketing companies, which is due to go out hopefully today in English speaking countries, but it might not be till tomorrow, depends on the deadline, and will be translated. So that's going out across the UK and across Europe, and we hope to see that article on different platforms, mainstream platforms. It's written by Moonboy, and it gives us a little bit more of an insight. So yeah, as Alex said, it's a really important project, not just because of its potential benefits to the community, but also it's going to bring in new buyers and new audience, and that's really important. Finally, Alex, have we got any other? I know we've got hopefully one to announce tomorrow. Any other partnerships potentially lined up?
So we are in talks with another and actually a crypto project. So obviously the Ecology are a different audience space, but yeah, a very big eco-focused project that we're in preliminary talks with, that I'm a huge fan of. So I'm really hoping we can continue to push that forward. Our proposal is with their partnerships team, and we've had a couple of calls with a representative, so we're pushing that forward. And aside from that, I'm always on the hunt. I'm reaching out to all sorts of different companies and other blockchains that we can cross integrate with. So there's a lot cooking.
Fantastic. Thank you, Alex, for that. Really interesting. And as I say, it's great because it has the potential for us to reach lots of different audiences and get the XRdoge name out there, and just to show that we're different, that we're willing to try different things and to adapt the coin. As Yggy said, it's a utility coin, and we see that as a really important part of what it is that we are doing. So as those articles come out, we will hope, people to share them. Shilling is a big part of the coin, and the army are important for that. So as we see those articles coming out, we will make sure that those are shared with you, and you can reshare. It's also gone to our marketing team in Asia as well. So they are also excited about the potential new buyers that this will reach with this angle. We've got a couple of questions, I think. We've just answered that one, Crypto Dragon, so just about reaching a new audience. Has anyone got any questions in terms of...
Yeah, I think I got something. I think everybody's really excited about this device. I think it's really interesting, and I think some people just, if Yggy could just talk about his technical background a bit, so the audience knows, where he's coming from and what he's really capable of.
Sure thing. Well, I'm an electronics engineer by background. I've been doing that for nearly 20 years. I've run a couple of different companies, developing new technology, primarily in analog mixed signals and embedded systems. So, I mean, for me, it seems like I think the conversation that we had is kind of been okay, right? We can make an NFT marketplace. We can do all that kind of stuff, but what do we have that can give us potentially an edge that other people are not going to be doing? And it also gives us a chance to reach an audience that is outside of the XRP ledger. And developing hardware is something, that I've spent my entire adult life doing. So it seemed like an obvious tie-in.
Yeah, it's definitely a big opportunity to branch out into the greater crypto world and even more mainstream audiences with this, green initiative. And the device sounds super exciting. Could you just give a simple explanation of what the setup would look like and what people would expect from it?
It's going to be basically it's a current transformer, right? So the idea of that is going to be, right, you'll be able to clamp it onto a cable. You'll be able to pull it apart, clamp it onto a cable, and then that will generate a voltage which can then be, tied in with the power consumption, and then that can be logged. The user can input settings like, what percentage of, your carbon offset do you want to actually offset, that kind of stuff, or basically which you can select a partner. Potentially, you don't even have to use the value to offset carbon. You can use it for something else. This is just a means of tying in your power consumption to the blockchain, or rather, the XRP ledger, which is not a blockchain; it's a distributed ledger.
Yeah, I mean that sounds really exciting, and gives more utility for XRdoge, and by offsetting your carbon emissions, you could also get some money for that, and help save the environment. So all this stuff is really amazing. So we got some questions in the chat. Could your contract smart meter company to get your tech integrated in the new smart meters?
Yeah,
all meters
absolutely.
in the UK are upgraded. Okay.
Yeah, absolutely. That would even be, for us, the idea has been like the retrofit idea. You've already got a system set up. You go in here with your meter, you clamp that on there, and it's not something that you have to, pull things apart, or change, actually mess with your electrical system to install it. It's very much passive. But if you could apply this tech to any form of metering technology, absolutely. And maybe we'll have discussions with with partners in that area.
Yeah, definitely. So yeah, those to answer this question, yes, that stuff is available, and there's a lot to room to expand with this kind of hardware device.
There's and I like. There's a comment there from Craig. So I know a lot of people. So sorry, I'm actually going to go to the one here about more mainstream. I know people like to ask about exchanges and things. We're going to talk about the big one. We've got a couple of videos being made, so we are going to talk about that, and that's obviously our exchange that was our big announcement as well for this week. But this announcement is different for crypto. I like the comment there about how we're thinking about breaking into something new. There are going to be lots of questions. There are some things to finalize, but with Yggy's experience and also the partnerships that Alex is, there is the opportunity for this to be really far-reaching, which I think is really exciting. Is this a device we can purchase at the XRdoge store? Yggy, it's tricky to put a time frame on this, isn't it? Because obviously it's something that we need to ensure is we always do things that are high quality and that we know are not going to disappoint. So what's that looking like?
Yeah, definitely it's a possibility. I mean, we could even put in some kind of, if the community wants to get early access, maybe that's an option we could put into the shop. I don't know. But yeah, absolutely, we can sell it as a standalone device in the shop once it's ready.
Fabulous, thank you. Any other questions, pop them in the chat. Doesn't necessarily have to be about the announcement, but it's good. I know there were lots of questions before, or if anybody wants to unmic themselves and ask the question in person while Yggy is here. We've all been waiting for him, and now he's here, and SG is here, so do feel free if you want to ask the question in person.
So I see a good question here. Do people use the device get paid, or is it for offsetting carbon, etc.?
Do people using the device get paid? Well, I mean, you can keep the money. Like, you can do anything you want with the. If you want to just, log what your power consumption is, and then send that transaction to a wallet to do whatever you want with it, that's an option too.
Okay, that's awesome. Thank you. And then see another question. Update on the credit card, debit card. Unfortunately, that's going to be on hold for a while because the Ripple lawsuit that's still ongoing. So if that's still unclear, then we can't really do anything yet. So yeah, that's an idea that we're going to just have to, put on the burner for now.
I like Eric's question about some famous people to wear some XRdoge gear. Now, people who were in the chat a couple of weeks ago may have remembered our friend Tyler Boone, who makes the most amazing merchandise. Alex, if you're still there, do you want to give us a little update on our potential merchandise wearers?
Yes, we have. The people interested that we have orders going out to at the moment include Bitboy, Charles Gasparino of Fox News, who you may know from covering the Ripple SEC situation, who has interviewed Brad Garlinghouse live on air, and our favourite lawyer, Jeremy Hogan, unless your favourite lawyer is John Deaton, in which case probably your second favourite lawyer. So yeah, we're excited about that. Yeah.
That's good. Yeah, it's nice to see the XRdoge being worn, and also great to involve members of our community. So Tyler Boone is an XRdoge Army member and a holder, and he has made some fantastic merchandise. And Alex has been able to again use his connections to get that merchandise out. Did Bitboy order it? He requested it. And as a favour to him, we didn't charge him XRPL. We didn't charge him, but he did request it, which is very exciting. Okay, feel free. Any more questions in the chat? This is your time. This is your opportunity to be able to speak and to share. If there's anyone in London, while we're just waiting for some more questions, if there's anyone in London, our adverts go out today. Went up today along the A40, and it's in light, so it's especially impressive at night time. And we are trying to get some footage of it. And if you can get some footage, if anyone's along the A40 by the power station, and send it to us. You can send it via Twitter. You can contact me. And then we're looking to send some. Alex is going to put a tweet out tomorrow, but we're looking to send some merch out for some fantastic footage. So it is really exciting to see XRdoge out of the computer, out on the roads of London, and that is just the start of our marketing campaign that's going to be in London. We've got some more things to announce soon. So yeah, if you're there, please get some footage. If I could get to London, I would, but unfortunately I'm stuck on an island at the moment, so I can't. But hopefully soon. Any other questions? Sponsor the Super Bowl. SG, would you like to sponsor the Super Bowl? What are your thoughts?
Well, the Super Bowl would be a fantastic event to sponsor, but well, I think that's that's like something we'll do in 2023 Q1. That'll be one of our goals.
We can all challenge ourselves to do the choreographed XRdoge dance at the halftime show.
If anyone could get Moonboy there, I think there would be £1 million prize. Yeah, that should be the campaign. Get Moonboy to the Super Bowl. I know El Ripple, you want an XRdoge toy. I have actually put some inquiries in from the last chat because I actually really like that idea. And I said my youngest daughter loves XRdoge, and she would definitely love one of those as well. So, Yggy, it's tricky to give a rough time frame for the Eco Hardware release. And the thing is, when we give a rough time frame, then you guys are a little bit like elephants. You don't forget, and we kind of becomes a bit more pressurized. So, Yggy, any idea, any really rough time frame?
Well, the project's going to be in stages because obviously something that we can get working on the bench and testing like a controlled environment, we can do that very quickly. Probably we'll have something available, like something we can show in video within a few weeks. But to make the step from a prototype to a finished device, which is fully commercialized, there's quite a few steps involved in that. There's going to have to obviously be integration with mechanical components. I don't want to put a date on it because it's like, see, at the moment as well, there's shortages in various electronic components and things like that. So I need to have all these conversations with suppliers. But we're going to have a proof of concept done within a matter of weeks. 2 to 3 weeks. I'll commit to that.
Commit to an update or commit to an actual product?
Not to a product, but to a better product. Something that I can video and show people that it actually works, the concept works. We can do that very quickly.
Yeah, and I think that's fair, and that's what we'll do. And I think it's something we've been trying to get a lot better at, is keeping you guys in the loop, updating you as and when we can, being honest when there's delays, because sometimes there's things that are beyond our control. And all we can do is update you. We try to keep on the timeline that we've given, but obviously sometimes things happen that prevent us. So absolutely, we will keep updating you, and the videos are going to be great. We've seen a preview. We know how great our army are at making videos, and send us memes, send us your ideas, because it's all helps. Absolutely, we can all help to shill XRdoge and everything that we do to grow the coin. So you guys are as much a part of that as everyone. So it's really important.
I think see, there's a few different elements to all this as well, because we're looking to if we can sell products, real world products, then potentially we're increasing the volume of XRdoge because you're creating use case for it. So obviously that process is a gradual process. Like recently, XRdoge.store started using our payment portal. So basically we're trying to put together several different pieces that are going to contribute to a larger use case for XRdoge. So it's like everything's kind of interlinked. This is just one piece of the puzzle.
And it's a bit like, once we announce one thing, we go working onto the next thing. We don't sit still. And as soon as one thing is released, then we do have a couple more announcements coming up as well, which is really exciting. But we, our policy, we like to make sure things are confirmed before we announce. SG, I understand you're off somewhere rather exciting today. Is that true?
Yes, we are going to be attending Bitboy's conference today. That he's
So are you going to do some
Texas.
sort of, what are you going to do? Are you going to streak? Are you going to, with XRdoge written across you? What's the plan?
Yeah, so we're gonna, capture the audience's attention and, show XRdoge in person to actual Bitboy followers. So that's the goal here. Boots on the ground, reconnaissance mission.
Well, we look forward to seeing you in the news.
Hopefully, be on anybody in Austin, Texas. Make sure you follow the local papers, and if we can create even bigger buzz, we're gonna try to go national.
Yeah, absolutely. A couple of questions about the metaverse market. SG or Yggy, do you want to answer that?
I mean, I can say right now we're not really doing anything in the metaverse market. We're good friends with XMeta. Maybe we do some collaboration on their metaverse platform in the future. Something like that could always be possible. And so basically, another question that's going on is is there going to be an app for the DEX? And right now, there's not. Have a team to get a mobile app development team, and then that the bugs and to constantly monitor it is definitely a big ask. So right now we're just going to focus on the front end updates and just improving the DEX on the web experience. And you can use your mobile browser, but we won't have a dedicated app right now.
But we're hoping to share, I think, some more updates next week, aren't we, on the front end? The team have been really active this week. It was great to get feedback from people as well in Telegram and Discord about the candles and involving you guys, because your opinions and your reflections are really important, and we put those to the developers. So the suggestions that you send to me or you put in the chat, we talk about as a team, filter them down, and they go directly to our team working on the DEX. So keep those coming. We can't do them all, but we definitely look at them and discuss them, so they are really important. A local burger shop to test the payment portal. SG, are you a burger fan? What do you think of that?
Yeah, I mean, America is, we're known for having some pretty good hamburgers, cheeseburgers, and I mean, if they are interested, we do have a guide on how to set up the payment portal, and we could test this out. They can set up the payment portal, and we can buy cheeseburgers with XRdoge. It's possible. McDonald's has been in the news recently. They were rumored, the idea was floating around to pay in Dogecoin, but we could actually have something where you can purchase burgers with doggy coins. So, hey, that alone is worthy of being on the news.
Absolutely, I like that idea a lot. And as Ashley said, the payment portal's there, so you guys can talk to people about it, send people our way. You can email support@xrdoge.com if you want some more information about it. Normally the emails come from me, regardless of which email you send them to, but we do have a support team that absolutely can help you if you're interested or know someone that may be interested in the payment portal. And I think, Yggy, we've actually had it's been installed on a very exciting shop, I hear you told me about yesterday.
Yes, that's correct. XRdoge.store. You can go there, and that's not affiliated with us. That's another individual, and they are selling the XRdoge sunglasses, but they are very much a likeness of the cartoon sunglasses. So that'd be pretty cool. And they're quite cheap as well. They're only I can't remember the exact price, but it's something like $16 or something. Probably $15.89. Probably, I would imagine it would be.
Yeah, $15.89.
Yep, and they accept we've actually tweaked the payment portal so to accept XRP on the XRdoge store. So that's going to be an option with the payment portal going forward. So I suggest everyone gets over there and gets their XRdoge sunglasses. Not limited edition Ray-Bans this time, it's just a lot cheaper, a lot more affordable.
So I've just put a link in the chat and a picture of the glasses. And that's great. That's what we're about. We're about absolutely promoting the community and you know, the guys working there, they're going up on our community page as well. And that's all. This has always started off as the people's coin. So your ideas, your suggestions, send them our way. Ooh, is that a question in italics? That gets our attention. SG, do you want to go for that one?
So do we have enough utility in order to survive after the regulation comes? I mean, we don't really have an exact date on regulation and, you know, what specific regulation. So it's kind of a tough question to answer, you know, because there's not a ton of detail, but, you know, I'm not going to say anybody here is worried about regulation. You know, we do have legal support in case any issues arise. And, you know, as of right now, I don't see any issues with regulation in the foreseeable future.
No, I mean, we know crypto is growing and the buyers are growing, which is great. And we're trying to make it as easy as possible for people. I know we've updated the link on the website for how to buy. So Moonboy's done the tutorials in a playlist order. So if you've got people that want to buy it, the video made by Joe P on our YouTube is really, really fantastic. It's very clear and straightforward. My dad actually managed to follow and do it. So if he can, anyone can. So honestly, send people to the YouTube. And I think that's something that could be shielded more on the how to buy video because it's brilliantly made and really clear. Okay, so unless there's any other extra questions, or SG or Yggy, if there's anything else you want to say or to share.
No, it was awesome chatting with everybody, answering the questions, and you know, it was awesome to introduce Alex, and thank you, Yggy, you know, welcome back, Yggy. I'd love to say that everybody, you know, it's been an anticipated moment, and it was, you know, excited to hear you talk today.
Yeah, cheers, man. I think this is the opportunity at the moment when you know, there isn't a whole lot of price action going on. So we have an opportunity here to do the hard work that's going to pay off when the market does turn around and we start moving again. So that's what I've been focused on. And I think we're going to have another announcement tomorrow that I think is quite exciting, linked to utility again. So yeah, lots of good things to come, man. And
cheers
to everyone again.
Yeah,
We'll do it again soon.
Yeah, and thank you everyone for listening in and your questions. And as we say, always your support is really, really appreciated. And we will put out when the next chat's going to be. But keep those questions, those DMs, and we will get this coin to the moon. So thank you, everyone.
Thank you. Take care, everyone.
Soon.
Have a good one. Bye-bye.
Cheers, bye.
Cheers all. Thanks.